Hello and welcome to the Gifford Gymnasium for today's first round North 1 Group 3 state playoff matchup between your Wayne Hills Patriots and the Sparta Spartans. I'm John Vittas alongside my good friend and buddy, Anthony Scudillo. So Anthony, it's a very special night here at the Gifford Gym. Not only is it the first round of the state playoffs with a very strong girls team this year, it's also senior night, a night to honor a pair of seniors here for this Wayne Hills team, Erica Wills and Steph Chowks. Now, this is the first time in Wayne Hills history that senior night has ever fallen on the same night as a state playoff bout. Does the excitement and ceremonial atmosphere from senior night kind of take away some intensity or affect the game at all?
John, I really think that Wayne Hills is going to come out with much more enthusiasm than they normally would at senior night. You're not going to want to lose on your own senior night. You're going to represent your team, your family, and everything you really play for. You're representing the whole school. But at the same time, the opposing team is going to be like, wow, we could come in and upset this senior night. Let's give it that much more effort.
It could definitely provide motivation both ways. Steph Chowks will get to start tonight as a senior. She doesn't normally start, but she normally does get some minutes. Now, looking at this Sparta team, they're the 9 seed coming in here on the road. Their leading scorer is number 11. She scores the bulk of the points for this club. Now, in girls basketball, a dominant player could be that much more dominant than in a boys' game. What does Wayne Hills need to do defensively in order to stop her?
Well, defensively, Wayne Hills, I think, is in a really good position. They have multiple girls that are two-sport athletes, including Nicolette Dries, Erica Wills, and Christy Charups, all of which are extremely athletic, so I really don't think they'll have a hard time shutting down number 11. In my opinion, I think Christy Charup, one of the more athletic girls on the team with a lot of length, and she's very tall, so I think she'll be able to do a good job stopping number 11.
Well, you mentioned Nicolette Dries. She's a sophomore starting in this lineup. A bunch of juniors, like we mentioned, only 2 seniors on the roster. That's a lot of inexperience going into a state playoff run. Now, they are at home, and that's going to provide some comfort, but you got to worry about the butterflies and the pressure with these girls on this club. How are they going to deal with that in a playoff game?
Well, John, they've been practicing all year for a game like this. It comes down to the states. That's what you play for every year. It's either a county or state championship. So the preseason games and the regular season games prepares you for this. And if your jitters don't get out then there's no way you can get rid of them.
Now, last but not least, we got to make a prediction for this game. Wayne Hills coming in with a 16-9 record. They've exceeded all expectations this year. They were supposed to be a middle-of-the-road team, and they've stepped it up to be an elite power. They've come close to beating powerhouse teams such as DePaul and Kennedy. They've had a great season overall, as has the Sparta team. You know, Wayne Hills, you could have said they got snubbed at the 8 seed, but regardless, they've had a great year, and they're favored to win this game. Who for Wayne Hills individually is going to step up, and what do you expect to see on this floor tonight?
Well, John, like you said, Nicolette Dries, the sophomore, is one of the most explosive players in all of Passaic County. And I really think she's going to take this game over, and she's going to lead the Patriots to a win. I'm going to say 45-38.
It's definitely going to be a close game no matter how you look at it. If Coach Porter has his girls ready and they play their game, there should be no stopping them tonight. So we'll be back with some senior night ceremonies. But first, Anthony, we're going to be having baseball tryouts in a few days. We're most likely not going to be able to announce any more games for the rest of our high school careers. We'll be graduating in June. It all started back at Pascack Valley a couple years ago at a very entertaining football game that was scoreless at the half. We've improved a lot on our announcing since then. Let's take a look and see what we were like back in the old days. Hello and welcome to Pascack Valley High School, where your Wayne Hills Patriots will take on the Pascack Valley Indians. I'm John Vittas here with Anthony Scudillo, who is making his football announcing debut. Anthony, how do you feel?
I feel great, John. You know, I'm really excited to do this. I mean, anticipating this for a while. You know what? Let's get the show on the road. Let's go.
All right, let's get right into it. We're going to start out with our key players for this game. Who for Wayne Hills is going to have to step up and have a nice game in order for them to win?
Well, my key player is Mike Quinn. Obviously, he had a big week last week against Old Japan. You know what? Wayne Hills relies a lot on the running, but once they get the running established, they go big to Ogden and Horahan.
And my key player is Brian Ogden, the wide receiver. Overshadowed a little bit in the last game by Horahan, who had 3 touchdowns. But I expect Ogden to have a big game today. He steps up in big situations like tonight. And I expect him to have a big game on offense and defense. And on defense, it's very important for Wayne Hills tonight because Pascack Valley comes into the game averaging 33 points per game. And Wayne Hills' defense only allows 11 points per game. So something's got to give. Anthony, do you see Wayne Hills' defense shutting down Pascack Valley's offense?
I do. They're made up of a lot of seniors and a lot of great athletes. I don't see any reason why Pascack Valley will score more than 20 points on Wayne Hills.
Now let's talk about the running game a little bit for a moment. Ronnie Dries came in last week, had a big game. He stepped up, had a touchdown on offense. He got hurt in the first game against Northern Highlands. And he came back last week after 3 weeks off on offense and had a big game. Do you see him getting the load on offense as far as running the ball goes, or do you see DeBianca or Dowling getting carries in this one?
I see Ronnie taking most of the carries. If he's 100% healthy. If not, they know that they have the versatility of DeBianca and Dowling. Obviously, Dowling, a superstar sophomore, has played pretty fantastic.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. I think Ronnie Drees is going to get the bulk of the carries in this game. Dowling and DeBianca might spell him if he gets a little tired, which is very important to have depth on your offense. Now, Anthony, predictions for this game. Give me a winner and a score.
I'm going to have to go with Wayne Hills on this one. Obviously, their offense is really strong and defense is huge. I mean, I don't see any reason why they would not win by more than 10 points. I'm going to go with 41-20.
41-20. I'm going to go with a lot closer of a margin, a little bit more lower scoring in my opinion. Pascack Valley, I think, is going to come out very hot out of the gate. I think they're going to start out well. I think it's going to be a close game at halftime. I mean, you look around here at the stands and you see the Pascack Valley students very wound up for this game. They have face paint, Indian feathers. I mean, they got it all going for them out here, blowhorns. So I think they're going to come out of the gates very hot, and I think they might actually take a lead against Hills. It's going to be close at halftime, but I think Hills is just a better team. Come out in the second half, dominate. I say final score, 28-13, Wayne Hills.
It's a lot closer, John.
That it is, Anthony. Wayne Hills will try to continue the streak after this.
Welcome back to the Gifford Gymnasium. I'm Anthony Scudillo. Now, normally this would be time to send it over to Mr. Mezzi, but he's not here tonight, so I'm going to send it over now to my partner, John Vittas.
On senior night, we'd like to honor a pair of seniors who have poured heartless dedication into 4 years at the Wayne Hills girls basketball program. Stephanie Chaux will be escorted by her parents Sandra and Carlos, and Erica Wills escorted by her parents Linda and Ed.
Dear Steph, you're such an amazing captain and leader to this team. You're the hardest working, determined player I know. You made this year so much fun and something I won't forget. I looked up to you as my friend, captain, and leader of the team. I have never met anyone with such heart as you do. Even after a basketball game, you still go run 5 miles. You're the definition of an amazing captain, and you still have so much to look forward to. We wouldn't have gotten to this point without you and Wills. You taught me as a player to never keep my head down and to keep playing hard. Don't ever change stuff because your attitude will get you far in life. We are all going to miss you so much, and thank you for being the best captain.
This year, we were fortunate enough to receive the best captain the team could ask for. Both Erica and Steph are role models on and off the court, and I can honestly say I look up to both of them. Erica, I've known you since my freshman year, but I wasn't able to really get to know you until this season, and boy, did you surprise me. Besides your obvious qualities of being an amazing athlete and hard worker, our team found out how open, funny, and sarcastic you really are. I even remember the time Coach Corey jokingly made fun of you saying, "Did I ever just make a joke?" and how all was dying. I'm so glad that you were able to be yourself around us this year and let us get to know you. You were always there for us when we need to talk, either rants about basketball or personal issues, and thank you for that. On the court, you're the hardest working person I've ever seen. No matter how tired or hurt you are, you push yourself to keep going. In practice, you don't do anything halfway, and most of the time you make us look bad. Shooting with you and watching you make practically all your baskets go in, you make me strive to be a better player. Aside from being physically tough, you're also mentally strong, and I admire you for that. Every time you receive constructive criticism, you don't let it affect you negatively, but instead you take the advice and make yourself a better athlete. You are a true leader to this team, and we're so happy to have had the opportunity of having you and Steph as our upperclassmen. You're going to be truly missed next year, and I hope you both know there are big shoes to fill after you guys leave. We love you and thank you so much for being these captains. Steph and Erica were amazing captains and leaders this season. On and off the court, they made us all feel like one family. Steph, you have the most insane work ethic I think I've ever seen, and to be honest, it's kind of contagious. Not only in basketball, but even during soccer, you always push us to work harder and get better. You are so determined to better yourself, and it's really inspiring to see. Not only are you determined to better yourself, but also your teammates. You never hesitated once to help one of us out. You are always there for anyone who just needed to talk, and we love you for that. I know you're going to succeed at whatever you do from here. Good luck, and we're going to miss you.
You're the most dedicated player. You are always the first one on the court ready to practice. You work so hard and never give up. The past 3 seasons playing basketball with you, we all knew you as the quiet one and the hard worker. But this year, as a senior, as our captain, brought more out of you. You're so funny. Shooting foul shots together every practice made us better because we always want to get 10 out of 10 or 8 out of 10, not 9. You helped and led us all to always work hard, even if the zigzag drills kill us. Your beginning game speeches put smiles on all our faces. You're such a great captain to all of us. You never gave up on us and you pushed us to the end. We congratulate you to leading us to being the Big North League champ. You haven't just been my captain, you also became my good friend on and off the court. I think I speak for the whole team when I said we will all miss you so much. And would like to say good luck next year as a little freshman again. We love you and you better come visit us.
The officials in tonight's game are Ken Delaney and Jim Boylan. And now to introduce the coaching staffs for the visiting Spartans. Head coach Fred Gefkin and his assistant Chris Schul. And for your home team Patriots, head coach Vinny Porta and his assistants Jen Began, Jen Matthew, and Michelle Lalwa. And now for the starting lineups for the visiting Spartans. Senior guard number 2, Courtney Noon. Senior guard number 33, Kelly Klassen. Junior forward number 10, Juliana Vitolo. Senior forward number 22, Sam Briner. And senior forward number 11, Casey Crespall. And for the Patriots, sophomore guard number 23, Nicolette Drees. Junior guard number 3, Sam Litsky. Junior guard number 45, Christy Sherrock. Senior guard number 1, Erica Willows. And at the post, senior number 30, Steph Chouse. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask that you please rise as we honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
So as we get set to kick off the first round of the North 1 Group 3 state playoffs, I'm John Vittas alongside Anthony Scudillo. First time I've ever done that, and it was a blast.
Couldn't even tell the difference between you and Mr. Mezzi. Whoa.
Oh, please.
If I closed my eyes, you were the same person.
Please, Mr. Mezzi is a legend, and I never realized how hard of a job he really has and how smooth he is. Because for those things, you really need a good voice, and I don't know if I have the voice for it, but here we go. Steph Chowks, the senior, getting the senior night start, ready to tip it up. And the possession goes to the Sparta Spartans and their superstar, Kessie Cresbaugh. She's listed as a forward, but she's going to do just about everything for the Spartans tonight. Coming in with a 14-8 record in the 9 seed in North 1 Group 3. And Sparta gets on the board first with a bucket inside by number 22, Sam Greiner. And just like that, the Spartans go out to a 2-0 lead.
Well, John, they do have the height advantage on the floor right now with Mariana on the bench and Steph Chow starting tonight for senior night. So Sparta's going to try to exploit that in the first few minutes.
Nicolette Drees at the stripe kicks it out for Wills. Litsky in the corner, a pair of 3-year starters. Actually, Wills might even be a 4-year starter as she goes inside, pulls up from the line and drills it. Erica Wills ties the game at 2 and gets Wayne Hills on the board.
John, I was talking to her earlier. She was making sure that I did not pick her as my key player for maybe a little bit of superstition. She says as soon as we pick her as a key player, she doesn't play well. So she's definitely going to have a big night tonight.
Well, Joe Radley made it a habit of picking Erica as his key player. And the last 2 times he did that, she did not perform at the level she would like. As there's a layup from Kelly Glasson, and Sparta regains the lead. So Erica wanting to eliminate any chance of another bad game. Coming from the baseball, softball background and superstition, not willing to take any chances in what could be the last game of her Wayne Hills basketball career. She certainly doesn't want to end it like this at home on senior night.
Well, we did everything we could to make sure that doesn't happen.
So Wayne Hills to inbound from under their own hoop with 6:28 to go in the opening quarter. You see number 3, Sam Litsky, the junior. She's been starting since her freshman year. Gets it inside for Christy Chara, puts it up, it's short. The rebound back to Litsky, who puts it up and in. Sam Litsky following up the rebound and ties things up at 4.
Nice job of crashing the boards there by Litsky. Saw the shot was going to be short, went and got it.
Cresbaugh off the screen from Greiner. Inside is Greiner, layup doesn't go. Chara up the board, she's looking to push the floor. Doesn't have too much help. She's going to take it herself and lay it up. No good. Offensive board to Chowks, who puts it up, and she's going to go to the line. And Anthony, that's exactly what Wayne Hills wants to do. That's been their strategy all year. They look to run the floor in transition. Coach Porter's implemented an offense that they call Carolina. And like the Tar Heels, Wayne Hills likes to get a lot of buckets in transition, and they have the athleticism to do so.
Stole the words right out of my mouth, John. I was going to say the athleticism on this team is fantastic. Like I said earlier in the pregame, these are girls that play multiple sports. They're all super athletic. Can't beat that.
I mean, you're absolutely right. You look across the starting lineup, and almost all of these girls play other sports, and not only play other sports, but excel in them. That's Cherup getting inside. Spin move, no good. And they finish down low. That's Chowks again getting inside, and she's made her senior night start count.
It's the most you can hope for right there. Make a name for yourself on senior night. Maybe you could be a savior.
Making a spark off the bench. Well, she's not really off the bench tonight, but normally is. And Steph misses the free throw. The rebound to Sparta. Coming back the other way is number 10, Juliana Vitolo. She hands it off for Noon. Noon working on Drees, and they're going to call a travel. So tenacious defense from Nicolette Drees, the sophomore. And they're going to look to her today early and often to bring home the win. Drees will run the point, as you see. I mean, the offense really runs through her. I mean, that's a
same with the guys' team, John.
That's true. Drees the point guard for the boys' team, and Drees the point guard for the girls' team. But Nicolette, just a sophomore in the starting lineup. 2 seniors and 2 juniors tonight. Normally 1 senior and 3 juniors. Mariana Vasiljevic will defer to Chowks tonight, as Wills' pass almost got away from Drees. Drees gets inside now, double team, puts it up off the backboard. They battle for the rebound. Wills comes away with it, gives it up for Cherup. Cherup drives the lane, she loses it, and it goes out of bounds back over to the Patriots.
Doing a nice job on the rebounding, and you thought that would be a disadvantage for Hills with the size disadvantage that they have on the floor right now, but it's it's been their biggest plus so far.
Well, and the difference from boys to girls is that in girls there's not as much of a height difference. I mean, unless you find a girl like we saw at Patterson Catholic a couple years ago, as Chaux gets inside, can't finish, goes out of bounds back over to Sparta. But as I was saying, we saw a 6'7" girl for Patterson Catholic a few years ago, but I mean, for the most part, I mean, you're not going to see a girl much over 6 foot. As Jamie Melville's about to check in for Sparta. So the height difference isn't as big of a factor in girls basketball as it is in guys. We know where you see Peter Davies at 6'4", and then the guards are all under 6 foot. So if there's a sport where you can make up for height, usually the girls' side of things is where you can do that. Sparta running the offense through Courtney Noon. The Spartans starting 4 seniors tonight, only 1 junior, so a much more veteran squad as they go to the floor. Chaux comes away with it and gets it to Litsky. Looking up ahead for Dries. She catches it on a hop, puts it up and in. A nice play from Nicolette Dries to handle the long pass, and she puts it in, and Hills goes up 9-4.
Johnny saw a nice pass there from Litsky, saw Nicolette Dries, who had initially caused the turnover, and she was already halfway up the court.
Well, Wayne Hills doing what they look to do on a nightly basis, and that's run the floor. 3-pointers, no good from Melville. And Dries comes away with it, and she's going to run the point for Wayne Hills midway through the first quarter. Dries goes left, tries to get it inside for Chaux, and it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay with Wayne Hills. But Anthony, something we've seen so far in the early going, Nicolette Dries, a strong left hand.
John, it just adds to her versatility. If she can go not only to the right side of the basket, but to the left, it enables her to do so many more things through passing and scoring. It really allows for her to expand her game in a way that a lot of girls just can't.
Cherub from 16, no good. Rebounded to Vasiljevic, who just got in there, and she's going to go to the line. Mariana Vasiljevic with another offensive rebound for the Patriots, and they've been crashing the boards tonight, and it's probably the biggest reason they have the lead right now. Vasiljevic's first is no good. Maybe a little nerves. We saw her very nervous in the pregame speeches. She told me she was close to throwing up. She misses a pair. Maybe it's a good thing she didn't start, because when, you know, it's one thing to play basketball and make a speech, but when one comes right after the other, it might take a few minutes to get the nerves out. And Wills fights for that one and rips it away from 2 Spartans. That's some senior effort right there. A girl that doesn't want to go out. And if for no other reason than to make it to the quarterfinals, Erica doesn't want to be at softball conditioning the next few days.
No, and, well, neither do I, to be honest.
Well, and you don't play softball, but our baseball conditioning is never fun, and Coach Hertzberg probably makes the softball conditioning even tougher.
Oh, especially the expectations they come in with every year. State contenders and county championships is expected from that team every single year.
Melville hits the J, makes it 9-6, but Coach Hertzberg has put together a tremendous softball program here at Hills. She came in with the lowest of expectations and turned them around into a county championship team in just 1 year, and they are poised for another tremendous season in 2011. And of course, Erica Wills will be on the mound for the 4th year in a row, an 8-time varsity letter winner, as that ball goes out of bounds back over to Sparta.
Well, John, this isn't the only state playoff game that's going on tonight. The boys have a state playoff game as well at Tenafly, and they are losing 12-4 at the start of the second quarter.
Well, that's certainly going to be a barn burner down there in Tenafly. The boys, the 16 seed, the Tigers of Tenafly, the 1 seed, so you expect the Tenafly to be in front. As getting inside is Crespall, and she can't get it to go. So for the first time tonight, Casey Crespall with a chance to put points on the board. She's the leading scorer for Sparta.
We've seen multiple girls defending her tonight, with Litsky and Cherub both defending her.
But and going back to the boys, they got a tough battle. They really thought they had a chance to beat Tenafly. Tenafly with a weak schedule, and although they are the 1 seed, talking to a bunch of the boys, they thought they might have a chance to pull the upset, and of course they still do, only down by 8, but only 4 points in the first quarter, not the way they wanted to start that one. Crespaw's second is no good off the back of the iron. Offensive board to Sparta. This is Noon looking for someone. She finds Melville. Ball is stolen by Cherub. She looks to run the floor. She's got numbers coming back the other way. Going to take it herself. Lay it up. No good. Offensive board to Vasiljevic. She puts it up. Can't get it to go. They continue to battle. And it's going to go out of bounds off of Sparta and Courtney Noon. So Wayne Hills will look to extend the 2-point lead. The lob for Cherub inside. She puts it up and in. A beautifully designed inbound play from Coach Vinny Porta, and Hills extends the lead to 4.
John, like I said before, her height really adds to her game. She is much taller than many other girls on the floor, and she is super athletic, and that allows her to really just reach over her defender and score at any time.
They get it inside for Crespo, and she's going to go to the line, and you can see that Sparta is trying to get the ball to their leading scorer, Casey Crespo. They haven't been able to do so tonight. They've been double teaming her down low. Vasiljevic and Cherub both in there to try to deny her the ball, and they couldn't do it, as Sparta's going to take a timeout. And like I said, Ant, they're going to have to game plan for either to try to force it to Crespo or try to get points from somewhere else, because right now Wayne Hills is denying her the ball.
Well, Wayne Hills on the defensive side is doing a great job switching. Sparta is setting screens, but help defense is there for Hills, and the interior defense with Cherub and Mariana really allows you to try to press on the outside.
I mean, Wayne Hills with a lot of firepower in their starting lineup. Like we said, a lot of athleticism, a lot of versatility, good ball handling, good shooting. They really are a force in North Jersey. They've had some great performances this year, and performances that weren't even expected, like losses to DePaul, Eastern Christian Kennedy, all of the best girls basketball teams in the area, and Wayne Hills gave all 3 of those teams a run for their money and almost pulled the upset in all 3. And outside of those 3, they've been 16-6 this year. I mean, not much you can say about the talent of Coach Vinny Porta. He's done a great job with these girls. They buy into his mindset, and they play hard for him. As you can see, that rebound's going to go out of bounds. They're going to give it to Wayne Hills. There you see Coach Porta. I believe, if my memory serves me, in his 3rd year here at Wayne Hills. Coach Percy was here our freshman year. Wills will set up the offense with 1:33 to go in the opening quarter. Bounce pass for Dries. Back up for Litsky. They're going to continue to run that same set. Wills pulls up from 18. No good. It's long. Vasiljevic with the offensive board puts it up. No good. Wills comes away with it. She looks to reset things. Working on Crespo. Wills with the interior pass to Cherub, and they're going to call a foul on the floor against Sparta.
Nice job by Erica beating the double team there. She weaved her way through it, was able to find Cherub, who got fouled.
So Litsky to inbound. She's been doing that all night tonight, so you can expect her to be down there. Gives it up for Cherub. Cherub inside. Lefty layup is good. Christy Cherub with the left hand, and Hills extends it to 13-7.
Great job there of Cherub sneaking through the defenders, finding the basket.
We saw Cherub light up the scoreboard for over 20 last year in the game that we called. And she's another tremendous athlete on this team. Probably the tallest girl in the lineup, as Wills looks to go baseline with her dominant left hand. They're going to call a kick against the Spartans. Wayne Hills will reset.
I see a pop out here by Christy Cherub, which she did before, and that's how she got the easy bucket.
Well, Wayne Hills with a variety of inbound plays, as Dries almost had a backcourt there, but luckily got her feet behind the line before she caught it. Litsky's 3 rattles out. Rebound to Vitolo, and with 31 seconds to go, there's going to be a foul called against the Patriots. And going to the line will be Jamie Melville. Melville's first is no good. Rebound for Cherub. They battle for it on the floor. Cherub comes away with it, but it's stolen away by Sparta. And they're going to finally call a travel on Juliana Vitolo. She took a few steps there. Something we don't
Travel
see.
was called on the 3rd or 4th step.
Yeah. They were calling for it, and then she took that extra one, and we knew it was traveling at that point. Litsky with some nice maneuvers inside to get free. This is Dries around a Vasiljevic pick. They go with the pick and roll, and it's just off the fingertips of Mariana, and it'll go out of bounds.
Would have been a nice backdoor pass, John.
That was a beautiful pick and roll, but with 5.2 seconds to go in the quarter, Sparta will inbound from their own baseline. Coach Porter calling for a little full court press, a good decision, as they're going to try to not allow Sparta to get the ball down the court. Stolen by Dries. She's got some time. She had Wills, goes up with the left hand, and it's good. At the buzzer, Nicolette Dries extends the Wayne Hills lead to 15-7. And with a very impressive quarter, the Patriots will go to the second with an 8-point lead.
John, great job that quarter with their transition offense. If they didn't get the basket, they looked for the foul, and they got it most of the time getting to the line, which has allowed for them to really put up some points tonight.
Well, a strong first quarter from Coach Porter's squad, not letting the emotions of senior night get to them as you see him coaching up his girls. Nicolette Dries at the bottom of the screen with a huge play to really set the tone going into the second quarter. I mean, a great call at the last second by Coach Porter to implement the full court press, and an even better, more athletic play by Dries to not only get the steal but drive in with 5 seconds to go in the quarter and give their team an 8-point lead.
Porter has really adopted some great talent this year, and Nicolette Dries and other stars who have really shown themselves, in Christy Cherub and Mariana, who I really believe has a lot of raw talent. If she can harness that, she's going to be a fantastic player.
I mean, this team has a bright, bright future. They only lose Erica and Steph this year. I mean, as valuable as they are, you still have the majority of your players returning for next season. Unbelievable athleticism with Dries, Cherub, Litsky. I mean, they're going to be good for a long time. As that pass is intercepted by Cressball, she's looking to take it all the way herself. Passes it down low. The layup is no good. They're going to call an offensive foul on Jamie Melville, and Wayne Hills will take over.
So Mariana running back on defense there. She really affected that shot.
Not only do they get down the floor in a hurry on offense, they get back there on defense real quick as well. I mean, Cressball was flying down the court, and they all kept up. I mean, there were 3 Wayne Hills players right there to contest that run. Nice pick and roll again for Cherub, and it's going to go over to Sparta. Athletic play by Cressball again, and now Dries comes away with the steal. She's coming back the other way. She pulls up from the free throw line. No good. Rebound to Vasiljevic flying in from nowhere. It's going to be taken away by Cressball. She's got a free path to the hoop. Dries contesting it. Cressball misses the layup. She gets her own board, gives it inside for number 33, Kelly Glassen, who finishes. So that quick pace ends up with 2 for Sparta. Wills around the screen from Vasiljevic, and Dries is going to pull up from downtown, no good. But you can see these girls well schooled in the art of the pick and roll. Every time they set a screen, they're rolling to the basket, and that could be a very lethal play, especially in a zone defense like Sparta's playing.
John, that's a play that has really been lost in, what I believe, modern-day basketball. It's normally you see isolation plays, or that's really it. That you have one main star that really tries to do it on his own. The pick and roll is a lost art.
It really is. I mean, in the man-to-man, you can help and you can call for help, and in the NBA and levels of basketball where the talent level is just so high as Griner finishes inside, you get help defense to come in a hurry, and unless they leave the whole side of the court uncontested, it's not going to work. But in high school basketball, I mean, you just get a nice screen and a guard that has a lot of potential to score, and if your defenders follow that guard, I mean, that's a play that can work each and every time. As Litsky comes away with it, pulls up from 12, no good. Rebound to Vasiljevic. She's been eating those up tonight. As Zayna Hauptsch in the game, and they're going to call a travel on Dries. Took a step before she put it on the floor, but Wayne Hill's getting another sub in there, and Zayna. Another dual sport athlete.
And another underclassman.
I mean, that's true. 2 seniors on this team again. I mean, it wasn't a very busy senior night. I mean, 2 girls that were very important to the team and 2 girls that put a lot of heart and dedication into the program. But only 2. Usually you see at least a few more. Litsky around noon gets it inside for Hauptsch, and she's going to be called for the travel. Wayne Hills was looking for a foul but didn't get it, as Cherup's going to come back in for Wills, who takes her first break of the game. But now a lineup of all juniors in the game. Oh, plus Dries, 4 juniors and a sophomore. No seniors in the game now for Wayne Hills. With 5:30 to go in the half, they battle for the loose ball.
This is probably next year's starting lineup, John.
Oh, no doubt. This has got to be it unless someone else steps in and has a great preseason. Vasiljevic gets it inside, puts it up off the bottom of the backboard, and Vitolo will come away with it. Crespo having a little trouble. He's going to get it inside. They kick it out now. Vitolo for Crespo. She gets blocked by Dries. Litsky with the heads-up play to snag that one out of the air. Litsky coming back the other way, looking for Hauptsch. Zayna getting inside, puts up the floater off the backboard, no good. She goes for her offensive board, but Vitolo comes away with it, and she'll hand it off for Greiner, and Crespo will run the point. So, Ant, when Crespo couldn't get open down low, they said, hey, just take the ball right from the start, where they can't deny it to you.
Now she's got to do it on her own, though.
Oh, and that pass is stolen by Cherub. She's blowing past the defense. Christy Cherub going one-on-one with Crespo. No good. Vasiljevic the board. She lays it up, no good, but she's going to go to the line. So, some much-needed points for Wayne Hills. They've been stuck on 15 for a while, and Sparta's gotten it back down to 4 with 4:16 to go in the half.
See, Mariana has had many open shot attempts. If she could just go a little softer off the glass, she'd have almost 10 points already. She's had a few more shots. There's her first there with the free throw. It's almost as if she just needs a little confidence. And if she were to have that confidence, she'd be lighting it up.
Well, right now she's looking like a Ben Wallace, racking up the rebounds. She's got to be well over 5 so far in the first half. She hasn't even played the whole half. And there's a nice layup from Kelly Glasson, her 3rd bucket of the night. And just like that, back to a 4-point game. But yeah, Vasiljevic with a lot of boards, but she hasn't been able to put things away down low yet. She hasn't had a field goal to this point. She's gotten to the line twice, but she has still had a huge impact on this game. Kind of reminds me of a name I'm going to pull out, Bridget Greenwald from a couple years ago. Same type of player. Just
Not a scorer,
but a beast down low, and a very important player as Crespo. I'm sorry, that's Juliana Vitolo from downtown. And just like that, Sparta pulls to within 1 as their crowd starts to get up a little bit. Vitolo going to run it now for Sparta. She gets inside with the left hand, no good. Rebounded by Dries, and they're going to call a travel on Nicolette. So Noon going to come back in, but Sparta with a big run here to get back to within 1.
John, we're going to take a quick look again at the boys' score. Tenafly has taken a 22-14 lead at the half. Now the boys, like you said, coming into this game pretty confident. They put up 10 points in that second quarter, which is good, but so did Tenafly. So they're really going to need a strong second half in order to get the W there.
Well, they've started to weather the storm a little bit. They started out 12-4. It's now 22-14. So they've righted the ship a little bit, and hopefully the boys, under the direction of Coach Pollock, first-year Coach Pollock, can come from behind and pull that one out. The girls seem to be in business here in this game, but have lost control as their lead has been cut to 1, and Coach Porter's getting on his girls, and probably justifiably so, as they've kind of gotten out of their rhythm a little bit, especially on offense. Sparta's tightened up the D. I mean, Coach Porter, as intense as a girls' coach will be, reiterating to play good defense. I mean, now, really, the tables have turned, and Sparta's been running the floor the last few minutes.
I mean, finally, Crestball getting some help from Vitolo as far as ball handling and speed goes. This is Courtney Noon for Crestball in the corner. Stolen away by Dries. Zayna comes away with it. She's going to slow things up now. Smart play by her as Dries is going to set up the offense. She stops her dribble, finally finds Zayna. This is Dries on the, Will's on the wing. Mariano loses it for a second, but Erica helps her out. Bounce pass for Dries, and she's going to be called for a travel again. I mean, it's a ticky-tack call, but it's a travel. She takes a step before she puts it on the floor.
Coach a little too anxious there, John.
Coach Porter letting her know that that can't happen. I mean, and is that anxiousness or nerves in a game in the first round of the state playoffs?
Well, I don't think it's nerves. I know that she knows she's a star. Okay, she understands that, and she understands her role on this team. She is the leader. I just think she's just so anxious to go to the basket that she's getting ahead of herself.
Vitolo from 3, and Sparta takes their first lead of the night, 19-17, and boy, have the tables have turned here in the first half. 2:20 to go in the second quarter, and Hill's gonna have to get this turned around in a hurry, or they could be in a lot of trouble. Dries from downtown, and she drills it. Nicolette Dries gives Wayne Hills the lead right back.
The answer, John. There it is, going for the steal, too.
And they get it. Litsky comes away with it. And you called her a star, and she's answered the call when it matters most here in the second quarter.
She wants the ball. She's pulling for it at the top of the key.
There's Wills for 3, and it's good! Erica Wills from downtown, and Wayne Hills extends the lead to 4.
Boy, she's going to be thanking me after this game for not picking her as my key player.
She's got 5 to go with Dries' 7. Wills almost with another steal. Vitolo gonna pull up. She's hit 2 in the quarter. Almost made it 3. Cherub tips it to Vasiljevic, and Wills gonna run the floor for Hills. Dries coming back the other way. She's gonna slow things down, realize she didn't have the numbers. Setting up Cherub at the line. Cherub kicks it out for Wills, open from 18. She pulls up and drills it. Erica Wills with a second straight jumper, and Hills now up by 6.
And she's got the hot hand, and look at them get back on the defensive side. That's what Coach Porter was trying to reiterate.
And a steal by Nicolette Dries. She's coming back the other way. Right-handed layup is good. Wayne Hills with the 27-19 lead, and Sparta takes a timeout.
You think he got to their head, John? Wow.
Vitolo hit the second 3, and I said Wayne Hills need to turn it around real quick, and boy, did they do that. 8 points in a minute and 10 seconds.
Look at Erica Wills with the hot hand from the corner.
And she's bending over out of pure exhaustion right now as this game has really picked up in the last couple of minutes. I mean, all of them are exhausted, both sides. And Coach Porter getting his players to respond once again. I mean, one of the most entertaining 3 minutes of girls basketball I've ever seen. Noon gonna inbound it to Crestball with 57 seconds to go in the half. Cherub gonna guard Crestball, so probably Coach Porter seeing Christie as their best defender, guarding the leading scorer for Sparta. I mean, and even though Crestball hasn't really lit up the scoreboard tonight, she's had a huge impact on this game. She really runs things for Sparta as Dries comes away with that deflection. It's a huge number of steals tonight for Wayne Hills. Nice interior pass for Cherub, who lays it up and gets the roll. Christy Cherub with her 3rd bucket of the evening, and Hills with a 10-point lead and 20 seconds to go.
John, that was a great interior move there by Cherub. Faked one way, went back up the other, and got the shooter's roll.
Getting inside is Courtney Noon, and she's stuffed by Christy Cherub, but they're going to call a foul on her. Just a monster rejection there from Cherub.
That looked good from this angle.
And she got her with the body.
That was awesome, man.
Noon at the line, scoreless so far tonight. Her first free throw was good. So making it a single-digit game, which is really the goal of any team that's trailing going into the locker room. You want to keep it under 10, and as long as they can hold Wayne Hills in the last 9 seconds, that's exactly what Sparta will be able to do. Noon hits the second free throw, so it's 29-21, 6 seconds to go. Drees going to give it in the corner for Wills. Wills drives baseline. She gets stuffed. They battle for the ball, and the horn will sound. So that's going to do it for a very entertaining first half of action from Wayne Hills High School, with your Patriots leading the Sparta Spartans by a score of 29-21. Anthony, thoughts on the first half?
Well, John, initially it looked like it was going to be all Wayne Hills. They had their transition offense working extremely well, but then they hit a wall. And Coach Porter told them, you got to get back on defense if you're going to want to win this game. And clearly they did. They got back on defense, which turned to points on the offensive side. So a great job there.
Well, a great job by the girls to respond to their coach. They felt they were leading the whole first half, and they fell behind with a few minutes to go. And huge threes from Nicolette Drees and Erica Wills to get them back in front. And they have an 8-point lead going into the third quarter. So a nice margin for them, but they're going to have to keep the pedal to the metal in the second half to advance to the quarterfinal round. So with a very entertaining first half, we'll be back with the third quarter after this.
But here we go. Lucas will inbound the corner with 3 minutes to go. She gets it to Giametta. Giametta corrals it, puts a shot on net. Deflected into the net. A goal by Brittany Galone. And Wayne Hills wins the North 1 Group 3 state championship.
Oh, baby, call your friends. Call your friends. Wayne Hills state champions, baby.
Couldn't script it any better, Joe. Couldn't script it any better myself.
What a shot by Brittany Galone off the deflection from Jacqueline Giametta, and Wayne Hills wins the North 1 Group 3 state championship in dramatic fashion.
Welcome back to the Gifford Gymnasium for the first round of the North 1 Group 3 state playoffs, where the 8th-seeded Wayne Hills Patriots lead the 9th-seeded Sparta Spartans by a score of 29-21. I'm John Vittas, here alongside Anthony Scudillo for what might be the final broadcast of the winter season, as Litsky pulls up from 3, wasting no time. Offensive rebound to Wills. Wills puts one up, no good. They battle for the rebound, and coming away with it is Crespall for Sparta. Nicolette Drees in pursuit. Crespall lays it up and in.
Wow, she really just blew by the Wayne Hills defense there.
Well, Crespall is certainly the leader for this Sparta team. Everything basically runs through her, as Wills is going to pull up from long range, rattles out, and it's going to go over to Sparta. Vitolo's pass deflected, and Drees comes away with it. Drees gets inside, puts it up, but she's fouled. The foul is going to be charged against Griner, and Nicolette Drees going to go to the line for 2.
She's got to have at least 5 steals.
At least. I mean, team-wise, they got to be over 10 by now. A lot of turnovers both ways. But credit the defense. I mean,
transition defense, John.
They're really getting in there and disrupting the pass games of both teams. I mean, it's tenacious defense for both squads. As Drees hits 1 out of 2. She's the first player in double figures tonight with 10. Wayne Hills leading by 7. Another loose ball, and Hills with more heart. Vasiljevic comes away with it, but it's turned over. Nice interception from Juliana Vitolo, who hit a couple of huge threes in the first half. And almost another steal there. Crespall working on Vasiljevic, puts up the bank. It's no good. Wills with the rebound.
That's how her size affects other players' shots.
Nice pass inside by Drees for Vasiljevic, no good. She gets her own rebound, backs down the defender, and lays it in. Mariana Vasiljevic finally gets her first bucket of the night, and Hills goes back up by 9.
She worked hard for that one, John.
Inside rebound to Vasiljevic. Litsky gonna push it to Drees. Drees pulls up from 16, and it's good. Nicolette Drees extends the lead to 11, and Wayne Hills is in control. And that's a rejection from Drees, and they're gonna call a foul on her. Not a ton of contact, but just enough to draw the foul.
that was the first time we didn't see Cherub able to keep up with Crenshaw. So
Crespo.
Excuse me. Sorry, John.
Haupt's going to come in for Litsky. Crespaw's second is good. So a 10-point lead now for Wayne Hills. Sorry, it was Vitolo at the line, excuse me.
Yeah, we all make mistakes.
Like you did about 5 seconds ago.
And you did like 3 seconds ago, so it's all good.
Cherup from 15, and it's good. Nice turnaround jumper from Christy Cherup, and just like that, Hills back up by 12. The offense has exploded here in the third quarter for Wayne Hills. 7 points in just 2 minutes. And Cherup with another steal. Sparta got to be getting frustrated at this point. Cherup inside, the layup almost went. Vasiljevic the offensive board, and it's going to go out of bounds back over to Wayne Hills. Good job by Melville to get a hand on that one.
Well, this is definitely a Ben Wallace night for Mariana.
4 points, around 12 rebounds. That sounds like a Ben Wallace night.
She might have more than that, at least in the rebound category.
Yeah, she really might. I don't know. I wonder if the coaching staff keeps stats, and if they do, I'd love to see how many rebounds she has. Does a great job of positioning herself down low, always in the thick of things, in the trenches.
She goes hard in the paint, John.
I mean, I just keep thinking of Bridget Greenwald doing the exact same thing in the years prior as Dries hits a 3, and Hills now up by 15, and Dries now has 15 points on the night. Dries almost with another steal. Posting up on Vasiljevic, and a travel call there. Things starting to fall apart for Sam Greiner and the Sparta Spartans. 14-8 record on the year for them, and I mean, they've had just as a successful season as Wayne Hills. They don't want to see it end tonight either. Cherup loses it for a second, goes up with a bad angle, and they battle for it, and they're going to call a jump ball as Cherup going hard after that one. I mean, all these girls really play the game hard. That's really their forte. Athletes, and they go hard. Maybe not necessarily career basketball players, but they have the athleticism and the heart and desire to just will their ways to victory, as they're going to call a push on Sparta.
This pressure defense is really starting to get to Sparta.
I mean, it's gotten to them all night. They've probably had at least 15 turnovers right now.
It's gotten sloppier and sloppier as the game has gone along.
Litsky getting set to check back in. Nicolette Dries with the left hand. That's some skill right there. Nicolette Dries slicing right through the Sparta defense and putting it in with the offhand. She has 8 points in the quarter and still 4 minutes to go, and a nice play by Casey Crespaw. She'll go to the line to try to make it a 3-point play. I mean, the defense against Crespaw tonight, despite that one, could be the reason Wayne Hills is up so much. She only has 6 points to this point in the game. Her free throw is good, so make it 7 for Crespaw, but usually the dominant scorer. And Wayne Hills still up by 14, so a nice convincing lead as a beautiful pass inside for Cherup, and she finishes. Look at the underclassmen hooking up for a pair.
This is what they get to look forward to next year.
It's going to be a thing to watch next season, as Dries and Cherup will be back to lead this club. And of course you got Litsky, the 4-year starter. The bank from Greiner is good. Greiner now has 6 on the evening. .320 to go in the third. Litsky around the screen. Here's Cherup going right down the middle, lays it up no good with the left hand. But great interior screens from Wayne Hills. Both the boys and girls run a set motion-styled offense, but the girls with much more screens, and it's worked tonight. Crestball gets inside for the bucket. And a quick timeout by Sparta as they've cut it down to 12.
John, you see here that the boys have cut it a little closer at the end of 3. It's 31-24 Tenafly. They're still in this game.
7-point game over there in Tenafly. And of course, we wish the boys the best of luck in that one because we don't want to see their careers end. Our good friends.
Well, we've seen one Dries take over this game. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a Dries taking over there.
Well, we can only hope that there will be. Mike Dries, the point guard, hopefully.
It's either him or Darius.
Well, Darius, the only junior, so a lot of seniors over there hoping to will their way into the quarterfinals and upsetting the first-seeded Tigers of Tenafly.
Well, coming into this year, they had really high hopes, John. This was a team with loads of talent. You've had Heskins and Pressler who have seen the court since sophomore year. So coming into this year, other than the fact that there was a new coach, this was supposed to be a county finalist. This was supposed to be one of the top teams there was. And obviously they've struggled to adapt to Coach Palik's new system.
Well, that's definitely been the case as they've picked up 6 out of their last 10 games, they've come away with the win. So they started out something like 2-9, and it's definitely can be attributed to the new system as they're going to blow the play dead as they're going to check Erica for a bloody nose, but she doesn't have one. But these two teams, these two Wayne Hills basketball teams, kind of crossed paths midway through the year. The girls with not the best expectations, probably supposed to be a middle-of-the-pack team, and the boys a little bit above average, and the girls have been the ones to go well above 500 at 16-9, and the boys at, I believe, 8-15 have gone in the opposite direction. But, of course, if they can pull that upset tonight, all of that will be erased. Three-pointer from Litsky is off the front of the iron, no good. As Crestball goes to the floor, she finds Melville. And that should have been a backcourt. They don't call it. Then they get it inside for Glasson, who finishes. And Coach Porta irate at that call, or lack of a call, as that looked to clearly be a backcourt violation. And getting inside is Cherup, and she's going to go to the line. So Sparta cuts it to 10, but Cherup answering the call with a strong drive down the right baseline as the referee is clarifying that no call with Coach Porta. Exactly 2 minutes to go in the third. Hills does not want to let Sparta hang around. They want to make it a stress-free fourth quarter. Cherup's first is good. Christy Cherup with 11 points so far tonight. Her second attempt is on the way and good. Wayne Hills has been strong from the free throw line tonight as they now go back up by 12, and they're going into a man-to-man defense. Crestball working on Cherup, and they're going to call a block on Christy. Crestball got tied up there and flipped it up at the basket trying to draw the foul, and she did. So she's going to get 2 free throws. Wayne Hills 6 for 10 at the line tonight as Crestball misses the first, and Vasiljevic will spell Christy Cherup. But an eventful third quarter for Casey Crestball. For Sparta, misses a pair from the line. Sparta cannot afford that as Dries goes lefty again, and she's going to go to the line. Nicolette Dries, I mean, that left hand has been a weapon for her tonight.
John, it really has, and when you have the versatility that she has, it makes you so much more of a lethal weapon. It's really incredible what she could do.
But going back to Crestball, just 3 for 7 from the line, and for your leading scorer in a game where you're behind, you can't afford to be missing that many free throws. Speaking of missed free throws, Dries misses the first, but she hits the second. Nicolette now 2 for 4 from the line on the night. Then Hills once again up by double figures by 13 here late in the third. as that's a hard foul. Hitting the deck was Vitolo, and she'll go to the line with 134. So teams exchanging free throws now. I mean, we didn't see nearly this many free throws in the boys' games we've done this year. And I guess you could argue that the boys' games are a little cleaner, with some better ball handling and I guess quicker players, you can say.
I also think we're almost at the end of the third quarter, and you're starting to get a little tired at this point, and almost not necessarily lazy, but you can't get back in time, and that makes you reach inside a little more.
Well, I think really the girls are just getting fired up right now. They don't want their careers to end right here, and I think they're just driving harder toward the basket and drawing more contact, and the refs are calling everything. Litsky gets inside, the sky hook, no good. She battles for it, gets it to Zayna, is going to pull up for three. No good off the back of the rim, and Cressball comes away with the board with 1:05 to go here in the third. This is Vitolo guarded by Litsky. She gets it in, and she's going to go to the line. So another questionable foul call. And Coach Porta not happy with that one. I've agreed with most of the calls tonight, but that one did not really draw too much contact. Vitolo's first, didn't even draw the iron, wide right. And she doesn't get the second one either. And they're gonna call a foul on Sparta. Zayna had that one in her grasp and was pushed down. And Ant, with an 11-point Wayne Hills lead, I expect a very intense fourth quarter. Sparta, with 4 seniors in their starting lineups, not going to go down without a fight. And it's going to be up to the underclassmen of Wayne Hills to try to answer and put it away. 45 seconds to go here in the third. Hauptsch finds Wills. Wills swings it for Dries, back to Erica. She pumps, kicks it out for Dries. Dries with a pump gets inside. Nice inside pass for Zayna, and she lays it in. Beautiful job by Nicolette Dries to draw the coverage, and she gave Hauptsch an easy layup.
The no-look pass underneath. Stellar.
And she really makes things go for this Patriot team. As Vitolo's going to pull up for three, no good. She hit 2 of those in the second quarter to get Sparta the lead, and that one's no good from Melville. But the follow by Sam Greiner is good, and Greiner now has 8 points. Back to an 11-point game. Dries with the left hand again, no good. Easy rebound for Vasiljevic, and they count the basket. Mariana Vasiljevic with an easy 2 to end the quarter, and Hills will go to the fourth, leading by 13.
Well, John, if you had taken my pregame final score projection, it'd be pretty close to what it is right now.
What was it, Ant?
It was 45-38. It's pretty close.
They're going to go way over that, but the differential could be close.
If they don't score in the fourth quarter, I'll be on the money.
Well, I wouldn't put my money on that.
Not with the way this Wayne Hills team is shooting.
And the way Nicolette Dries is distributing the basketball. As there you see Christy Cherub with 12 points on the evening. Nicolette Dries with 18 to lead all scorers. Coach Porta giving one last pep talk to his ladies as they are in control of this one and have the quarterfinals of the North 1 Group 3 state playoffs well within their grasp.
Well, John, this Wayne Hills team is really not an AC team. This is a 3 or 4 seed. This is a fantastic team.
Oh yeah,
that is firing on all cylinders. And you see Mariana even scoring at the end of that quarter.
She's got 6.
If you have she's starting to stray away from that Ben Wallace type and go into the Kevin Love, the double-double machine.
2 buckets away from a double-double.
So when you have that kind of production from your starting center, she didn't start tonight, but what would normally be your starting center, who is mostly a defensive and rebounding player, you know everything's going right.
Litsky, the no-look sky hook. And Dries on the floor. Look at the effort from Nicolette. As that's going to go off Crespaw's foot, Vitolo comes away with it. And look at Hills swarm the Sparta player. They were 3 Hills players soaring in to stop Vitolo, and if there's one thing you're going to leave this gym with tonight, it's the fact that Wayne Hills plays hard. I mean, and as a coach, that's all you want the reputation of your team to be.
And I think that's really what all Mr. Porter is trying to reiterate. Don't give up. Keep playing with the same intensity that you did in the first minute into the last minute.
And they're going to have to do that tonight as they lead by 11 with 7:18 to go in the game, as Cherub going to check back in, replacing Zayna. So an 11-point lead for the Patriots. Litsky can't find anyone. She gives it to Dries. Turnaround floater's no good. Vasiljevic, another offensive rebound. Kicking it out for Dries, and if you're Sparta right now, that's got to be frustrating. Just continual offensive rebounds for Vasiljevic. Inside move by Cherub. She can't get it to go, and Sparta comes away with it. That was Melville with the rebound. Cressball going to hand it off to Melville. Vitolo on the left wing. Good man-to-man D from Wayne Hills. Melville pulls up from long range, rattles out. Rebound to Litsky. Litsky looking cross-court for Dries. Nice inside move. She lays it up and gets the roll. Nicolette Dries with 20 points on the night. And Wayne Hills goes back up by 13.
John, it's almost seemed like a quiet 20 points. All layups or free throws. You haven't seen.
I don't think it was quiet.
No, I'm not saying it's necessarily. Oh, it doesn't seem like she's putting up points. Obviously, she's putting up points, but she's not going around arrogantly, like just taking every shot. She's the silent assassin.
Well, Cherub hit that layup. She's got 14. Dries with 20. I mean, and those are the two leaders on this team. Here comes Cherub again. Blow by speed. See ya. Christy Cherub, with the layup. She's got 16. And Hills goes up by the largest lead of the night. They're leading by 17.
Well, she must have heard us talking about Nicolette, and she wants all the points now.
Wow, Christy going hard. Another almost steal. They're going to call a foul on her, but there you see. Pleased with her play tonight. Dries with 20, Cherub with 16, Will 7, Vasiljevic 6, Litsky 2, Chowks 3, Hausch 2. Their scoring is coming from everywhere. Everyone who saw the floor tonight has scored for Wayne Hills. And you could say the same thing for Sparta actually as well. They've all scored at least 2. As Courtney Noon going to check back in for Jamie Melville. Vasiljevic not in the paint for once. Dries working on Cressball, gets inside again, puts it up, can't get it to go. But Dries just has that penetrating ability to get inside against the defense. Nice interior pass for Glass, and then they're going to call a kick. With 5:05 to go, Wayne Hills leading by 17. Stay tuned after the game for our post-game coverage. We'll have a couple of interviews for you, as well as a preview of the quarterfinals. As they're going to call a foul on Dries. It looked like she had all ball on that steal, but Sparta gets the call.
There's been a few of those tonight, John. Not much contact. Let the girls play.
Well, 13 minutes have gone by in the half, and Wayne Hills has 17 fouls, Sparta with 5, which is quite a bit. Griner gets the first free throw to fall. Second is good as well. So Griner knocks down a pair. She's got 10. Second, Spartan in double figures. Cressball with 11. Here's Wills around the screen. Goes for Dries, almost loses it, gets a bump from Cressball, no call. Dries gets inside by herself and lays it in. Nicolette Dries with the speed to get around Casey Cressball, and she's got 22.
Can you believe that she's a sophomore?
No.
A sophomore taking over.
Diaper dandy. Out of bounds to Wayne Hills, another Sparta turnover. They got to be around 20. I mean, that's really what Wayne Hill's signature thing, their defense and their stealing ability. I mean, they've come away with the ball, loose balls on so many occasions as Wills is going to go to the line. She's been quiet in the second half, but a strong first half, hit a huge 3 in the second quarter. So a delay in the action with the Sparta coaches looking for an explanation on a couple of the calls here in this fourth quarter. Wills, the left-hander, going to put up the free throw. No good. Little jump in that stroke. And it looks like Erica's going to get her wish of missing the first few days of softball, with Wayne Hills leading now by 18 in the fourth quarter. 4 minutes to go in the careers of these Spartans. There's going to be a foul inside on Dries. But Noon, Glasson, Greiner, Cressbaugh, all seniors on the Sparta team. So we'll see the fine career of Casey Cressbaugh come to an end tonight, as well as the other 3 girls I mentioned. As Courtney Noon at the line. She knocks it down. She's 3 for 3 now from the free throw line tonight. And she is now 4 for 4. She gets that one to go. 43 points now for Sparta. As Coach Porter will call a timeout. So Ant trying to get subs in, trying to work on something for the next game. A little more positive reinforcement, get the seniors in. What's he thinking with this timeout call?
I think he just wants to reiterate to get back on defense. That's what he's been trying to get to his team the whole night. It's getting towards the end of the fourth quarter. They're getting tired. Just telling them to play hard. He's probably going to put Steph back in the game soon, if not right now. Otherwise, just keep the offensive tempo the way it is.
I think he just wants to keep them sharp going into the quarters. He doesn't want them to let up at all. He doesn't want them to lose confidence in any way. It was a 30-second timeout, so we're going to get right back to the action. But you usually don't see the team leading by 16 calling a timeout late in the fourth quarter. But Coach Porter strives for perfection, and he's pretty much gotten it from his girls tonight. They've played a superb game. This is Litsky around the screen. Long pass knocked into the cheerleaders by Cressbaugh. She's not going to go out without a fight.
I don't think any senior would.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, you put 4 years of effort into a career, and for most girls, I mean, they're not going to play at the college level. I mean, who knows? Cressbaugh has the potential to do that, but you know, nothing is definite as you move on to the next stage of your life. So Dries fields that pass from Litsky, weaving through the defense by herself, hands it off for Halpsch, who gets it to go. Zayna Halpsch now with 4 points. And Hills crack 60. They're up 61-43. Largest lead of the night, 18 for Wayne Hills. Vitolo to Noon in the corner. Posting up Greiner. Greiner almost with an up and down. Noon pulls up from inside the arc, and she gets it to go. Courtney Noon with her first field goal of the night, and she's got 6 points. This is Wills working on Glasson. Gets a screen from Christie. A lot of room for Erica to work. She hands it off for Nicolette. 2:43 to go in the game. Nice inside pass for Litsky, but it's intercepted by Greiner.
Great vision there, though, from Nicolette to see Litsky cutting underneath the basket.
Even better vision from Greiner to intercept that one, because that would have been an easy layup had it got past her. That's Sam Greiner with the jumper. And she now is the leading scorer for Sparta with 12 points. Stealing the show from the senior Casey Cressbaugh. But Greiner, of course, is a senior as well. Wills around another cherub screen. Christy makes sure she gets some contact on those screens. Reese pulls up from 3, no good. Look at Litsky battle for the board. They're continuing to play hard as they get it inside. It's knocked away by Cherub, and it's going to go out of bounds over to Sparta. And with 1:47 to go, the entire Sparta starting lineup will exit. So you got to give the girls a round of applause for 4 years of hard work, sweat, and determination as Steph Chaks will come in for Wayne Hills. So the entire Sparta lineup checking out for a fresh JV team. So nice to see some other girls get into a state playoff game experience that will be invaluable to this team next year. And of course, Steph Chap's going to get a few more minutes as the other senior on senior night. She has the ball right now. Finds Vasiljevic. 1:30 to go in the game. Dries looking to post up Hapsch, can't do it. Wills at the top of the key. Vasiljevic around the screen from Chaux. Looks like they're trying to get it to Steph to let her touch the ball as much as possible on senior night. There's Dries getting inside, and she gets the roll. Nicolette Dries with 24, and Coach Porter with another timeout. So with 1:15 to go, like we said earlier, just trying to keep his kids sharp. As there you see tonight's superstar, Nicolette Dries, the sophomore, with 24 points. I mean, Ant, what can you say?
Phenomenal. She was absolutely incredible. The silent assassin.
She's not silent. She put up 24 and probably had 6 dimes to go with it.
Yeah, she's the silent assassin in my book.
She has the ball in her hand half the game.
But she's also willing to distribute it at any point. And she's not begging for the ball.
That's true. I mean, as many shots as you have to take to score 24 points, she is not afraid to pass. She always has her head up, always looking for other girls to pass it to. She has plenty of assists to go with her 24s. Hapsch takes her right away. 1 minute to go. Zaina's going to slow things up, but exciting news from the boys' game.
Yeah, John, you see here, it's 40-39 Tonify with 20 seconds left.
So the boys have battled back from a double-digit deficit, and they have a 1-point game. Boy, would it be great to see them get another shot at a state title. As a 16 seed, to pull off the upset about the 1 would be tremendous, but let's keep our fingers crossed that they can bring home the win. So with 30 seconds to go, playing this one out, Wayne Hills leading by 16. Still playing hard. The bank is no good. 20 seconds to go. Zana going to push it for the Patriots. As Christina Fabiano has come in for Wayne Hills, along with Sam Rydell. So Coach Porta emptying out the bench as well, with his 5 bench players in there. And that's going to do it here from Wayne Hills High School. An impressive performance from Coach Porta's Patriots, and they will head into the quarterfinals of the North 1 Group 3 state playoffs with a 16-point win on senior night. As you see, Erica Wills, your leading senior for Wayne Hills, 8 points tonight for her. Great effort from Nicolette Dries, Christy Cherub, and the entire Wayne Hills Lady Patriots as they come away with an impressive win at home on senior night.
John, I was really impressed with the way these girls play defense. They got back on their missed shots, and they crashed their boards extremely well, and that allowed to second chance points. And the distribution from Nicolette Dries and the other point guards was phenomenal. Very impressed.
Very impressive performance, like Anthony said, for this team. They'll head into the quarterfinals to most likely play the 1 seed on the road. It's going to be a tough test for this team, but hey, if they can pull the upset as sophomores and juniors, they're destined for even more success as they move on to the junior and senior years. So just a great game all around for Wayne Hills. So stay tuned. After the break, we'll be back with a couple special guests from the Wayne Hills Patriot squad after this.
And that's the game! That is the game! Your Wayne Hills Patriots beat the Northern Highland Highlanders 4-1. There was pandemonium at Patriot Stadium. Wayne Hills 4, Northern Highlands 1. A great game by both teams, but obviously Wayne Hills coming out on top.
Welcome back to Wayne Hills High School for the post-game show for Wayne Hills' victory today at home against Sparta in the first round of the North 1 Group 3 state playoffs, joined by senior guard Erica Wills and Coach Vinny Porta. Guys, great game all around, tremendous performance against a team that was supposed to give you quite a run. Erica, we'll start with you. Senior night for you, obviously an emotional night, not wanting to end your basketball career at home in the playoffs. How nice was it to come away with a win when it mattered most, and of course now you get to miss softball?
The win was really great. We're excited to move on to the second round, and I can't wait to get to softball season, but it's really great to continue my basketball career because I probably won't play after this, so I'm excited to keep playing.
Now, Coach, we saw 2 timeouts in the last 4 minutes, up by close to 20 points. So what did you want to tell the girls there, and what was the idea behind that?
Well, the first timeout was just to give them a breather and just say, let's finish the game. We don't want to look sloppy. We always want to look good when we're playing. The last timeout was just to get some people in the game that have been working hard all season. I thought they deserved to get into their first state game. They're girls that are going to be part of our future, so I wanted to get them in the game.
Now, Erica, what can you say about the underclassmen tonight? You're one of 2 seniors on this team, and Christy and Nicolette had great games. Nicolette with 24, Christy with 18. What can you say about how much they've stepped up this season and how much you rely on them?
Nikki ran the point guard all year, and she's done a really great job. She breaks down the defense, and this game she had a lot of steals, so did Christy. And they just kind of gave a spark to our team because we had like a little drought, and Christy made a couple steals, made some layups, and that was really great for us.
Now, Coach, what went right for you guys tonight? Because you seem to be firing on all cylinders. Like Erica said, you picked up a lot of steals. What did you see that went well tonight, and what are you looking to improve on in the next round?
We do when we put pressure on the ball, and then we can turn them over, and we thought we could do that early on. We didn't do it as much as we thought early on, but once we realized that we could do it, we got a lot of transition baskets, and that was our goal even going into the game. We thought we could pressure the ball.
And next week you have to play High Point, the first seeded team. Obviously that's going to be a tall task for you guys. They're undefeated, if I'm not mistaken, this season. What are you going to have to do? You're going to have to play a flawless game, and what specifically are you looking to accomplish?
I think what we have to do is they'll press us the whole game. They run like 10 girls at you, so what we're going to really try to do is make sure we limit our turnovers early, make sure we gain possession, hold possession, and make good decisions with the basketball, and I think that will help us out.
All right, guys, well, thanks for dropping by. Great performance tonight. Good luck in the next round, and Anthony and I will be back with some final thoughts after this.
As there's your boy Peter Davies finally making a play. As it looks like Jason Abadizian, the big boy running down the field. He's at the 40, the 30. Defenders are trying to get up to him. He's at the 10, the 5. And then Jason Abadizian, who had talked to us before the game, said he was going to have a big play. And look at the big boy rumble into the end zone.
Back here at the Gifford Gymnasium, some final thoughts between Anthony and I. A great game for the Wayne Hills girls basketball team. They'll be headed into the quarterfinals to take on an undefeated High Point team. Real quick, Ant, you think they got a shot to win that one?
Oh, John, you saw tonight. Nicolette Dries literally take this game over. And it was incredible. My silent assassin. That's I'm going to call her that. I'm going to see her in the halls tomorrow. I'm going to look at her, silent assassin. Because I feel like she did it quietly. And you may say, oh, no, 24 points, that's not quiet. Of course it's not quiet.
That's exactly what I'm going to say.
But you didn't see her calling for the ball every 3 seconds. You saw her willing to give it out whenever she saw an open player. You saw that one pass that she almost had to Sam Litsky underneath the basket. I didn't even see that until she threw it. She was fantastic, and if you have her going against, I know this High Point team is supposed to be the best thing since sliced bread. No, Nicolette Dries is.
All right, Ant. Well, the reason she doesn't have to look for the ball is because she's the point guard and has it on every possession. But she did have a great game tonight, and she's definitely going to be the leader of this team the next couple of years. It's going to be in her hands to take this team as far as they can go. Christy Charup also with a good game tonight. You can't overlook her performance. 18 points for her, a ton of steals. She really makes things go as well off the ball. Erica Wills and Steph Chowks, you got to tip your caps to a pair of seniors who put 4 years of effort into a sport that takes a lot of practice to get good at, and they've had a great career here at Wayne Hills. But speaking of great careers here at Wayne Hills, we can look in the mirror and say that we've probably done a decent job at the Wayne Hills TV program. we said goodbye at Giant Stadium for the fall season, and now we can do it in the winter season here in a decorated Gifford Gymnasium. It's a little bit warmer. Maybe we can talk a little longer. Our minds will work a little better. But we've had a great experience here with Wayne Hills Television.
Yeah.
I started my freshman year. You started early on in your sophomore year. We've called tons of games. If I had to put a number on it, close to 50. We've had a lot of hours in the program. And what can you even say about, I mean, coming in here, we didn't even know that it really existed, and we got a lot out of it.
Well, John, it's been so much fun working together with you. I mean, you saw sophomore year in that clip earlier that, you know, we started a little more. We had awkward haircut. Well, I had an awkward haircut. But it's become so much fun. And I love sports, and the both of us could talk about sports forever. And this allows us to do it as more than a hobby, what could be a career.
Oh, no doubt. We're both going to be going to college for this, but along with our fellow announcers, Joe Rapp, John Giardello, mostly behind the scenes, and, of course, Mr. Hoogstrade, who everything runs through him at the Wayne Hills TV program. He's taught us everything we know. He keeps us on the ball at all times, and without him, none of this would happen because he has all the tools to get all the equipment and the crews together and really shares his passion with everyone who takes TV. So, I mean, we can't say enough about what this program's given us. It's given us a chance to channel our interest and passion of sports into something more constructive and not be in front of a computer memorizing stats all day, which was my problem before I started with this.
It's all right.
So it happens to the best of us. But we've come a long way, and if this is the last game we do, which we're hoping it's not, maybe we'll get some spring sports or another basketball game. Hopefully the boys will pull out the win tonight. They're in double overtime. But hopefully we'll have some more games to do this year. But if not, it's been a pleasure working with you as we go our separate ways into the collegiate level. I'll probably be off to the University of Maryland. You are still undecided. Hopefully Florida State, as I'll be very jealous that you'll be in a warmer climate than I. But no matter what we do, we'll keep in touch, and we'll make the best of what we can do in this field. So that's going to just about do it here from the Gifford Gymnasium. For my buddy Anthony Scudillo, everybody on our broadcast team, great job as always. I'm John Vittas saying have a great night.